Hello and welcome to the channel, and on today's video we're going to be looking at this. This is my Ember Mug 2 and I'm going to be going through everything I like about it, everything I don't like about it, and some tips for you if you're thinking about buying one, because I've had this now for nearly 9 months and there's a few things I wish I'd done a little bit differently. Okay, so stick around, let's crack on with the video. So here we are then, this is my Ember Mug 2. This is the 414 version. They also do a 295 version of this, and they also do a cup, a tumbler and a travel mug as well. But this one in particular I got from Currys back on the 20th of December last year, and it cost me £120. So as I said, I'm going to go through all the first things I like about it, all the things I dislike, and a couple of really good tips to avoid my mistakes that I made with this, because I've used this at least 3 or 4 times a day. So let's say I've used this minimum 3 times a day, excluding a couple of days like on holiday and stuff, but most days back since the 20th of December 2023. So I'll do a little bit of maths, and I say me do maths, I'm not going to do the maths. Alexa, how many days ago was the 20th of December 2023?
Wednesday, the 20th of December 2023 was 264 days ago.
Alexa, what's 264 times 3?
264 times 3 is 792.
Okay, so I reckon I'm close to getting 800 mugs of coffee out of this. And that's why I want to do this video, because I've seen a lot of people doing reviews on this, and certainly on one of the other channels there was a review of this. I saw comments of people that didn't really have a good experience with this. And I understand people do have bad experiences with tech and stuff all the time, but I think it's only fair that I talk to you about my experiences after nearly 800 mugs of coffee. And spoiler alert, it's fantastic. I absolutely love this, and I will be getting another one. If they update this one, I'm getting another one, or if it breaks or whatever, I'm getting another one. Okay, so the first thing I like about this thing is the battery. This thing lasts ages. There is a negative with the battery, which I'll talk about later, but at the moment, the battery just lasts ages, and you can keep a mug hot for at least 90 minutes, which is far longer than I ever need it. And then every time I do a thing, I just pop it back on there and it starts charging. And if I quickly take you down, so I've got it plugged in here. Down here, you'll see that there's a charging indicator there. So when it's flashing red, that means that it's low battery and that it's flashing, so it's charging. A lot of people have said that they've had a problem with this dock. I haven't. It's almost brand new. Admitted I gave it a little bit of a clean. There was a bit of coffee stain in there, but nothing major. This has been really good for me. The only issue I think I had was a couple of times when I put it on, it didn't charge, but I just kind of turned it. Because when you can imagine you're having coffees, this bottom bit here, you're putting it on your work surface, or you're putting it down on coffee granules, or you're putting it down on sugar, or it does get a bit dirty. So you do have to keep these elements fairly clean for it to be able to touch these bits here, so it gets some contact and it starts charging. So if I just throw it on like that, let's see if it starts charging, which it is doing, as you can see the light there. Thing about the dock as well I really like is the length of the cable. This is a good 1.5 meters long cable, so you can have it miles away, which I don't. I kind of have it just next to me upstairs, but you can if you want to. The length of that cable is well worth mentioning. Another thing I really like about these is the colours. Well, they do quite a few colours. Some of the colours are more expensive than the others. But if I was to go for another one again, I'd probably, maybe I'd go white, I don't know, but maybe I'd probably go black as well, because of what's inside there. Again, I'll talk about that in a second. But I do like the white, and as I said, look, it's nearly 9 months old, and it's in really good nick. There's no real marks on the outside. It's kept the nice colour on the outside. And in terms of the outside as well, it's kind of like a ceramic feel. So when you've got something hot in it, you can hold it. It doesn't get hot. If you've got like a ceramic mug, it gets really hot. This doesn't get too hot. You can hold it like that if you want to, with boiling hot water in it that you've had for ages. So that's another really good thing I like about this. Okay, the other thing I really like about this is the app. If you go and have a look on the App Store, it's got some really bad reviews. I'm not sure why, because I've not had a problem ever. People saying it doesn't recognise and it signs you out. A couple of times it signed me out. I just sign back in. But again, I appreciate that some people might have an issue with it. For me, I've never had an issue with it. As you can see, it's empty, which it is. And then if I plonk it on the charger, we can hit the settings up there and we can see that, yeah, it's 6% and it's currently charging. I'm going to talk about the battery in one of the negatives. And then we have the personalize, and you can change the color if you want to. So if I put it over to a red, it will turn red. If I want to green, it will turn green, as you can see down there. Whichever color you like. And then your battery level, and then temperature, you can change it to Celsius or Fahrenheit. In the UK, I'm going to have Celsius. And then you have your notifications, so you can tell whether it's a temperature, low battery, a firmware update, and marketing. I've turned the marketing off, but everything else. So what you do is in here, you set your limit of where you want it to be. So let's go as hot as I can, 62 degrees. It will heat this up, put some water in it, or coffee or tea, whatever you want to it. It will heat up until it gets to 62, and then you'll get an alert on either your watch or your phone to when it heats up and it gets to that temperature. So what we're going to do then is I'm just going to put some recently boiled water. So it's not boiling, but it's hot enough. And as you can see, that's going straight up. And now let's put this right up to, so we want to get it to, it's going to cool down now. So 62.5, so it will turn off until it gets to 62.5, and then it will keep heating it up. So let's just leave this until it gets down to that amount. Right, so it's nearly there. So let's just pretend we have the phone off, and then we're waiting for it. There we go. Ember, your perfect temperature of 62.5 has reached. Enjoy. And now what that'll do is that will keep it at 62.5, and you can change that if you want to. I normally kind of have it down a bit further just so it doesn't save on the energy, down to about 52. And again, that will drop down to 52, and it will keep it at that, and it will alert me when that's the perfect temperature. So all in all, the app for me has been absolutely fantastic. Flawless from every single time that I've used it over the past 9 months. Right, let's go through a few things that I don't like, okay? For starters, I like the dock, don't get me wrong. The only thing I don't like is I really could do with one upstairs and downstairs just from being lazy. No other reason. These are £40 to buy, so that ain't happening. It's just when the mug is on the 3rd floor and you're all the way down and you've got to go all the way back up, you just think, oh God, for ease sake, I wish I just had I had one of those, and then one by my bed, and then one over there, just so I can transfer it to wherever I'm going to be drinking coffee. Not going to happen. These are 40 quid. So now is the charging as well. So again, the dock, it does take quite a while to charge. I mean, it can be on there a couple of hours. It says 90 minutes to discharge. It's about that, I'd say, to recharge it up again. So it's a bit of a pain to charge it up. But as long as you keep putting it on there, it'll be fine. Now, the big one, here it is the discoloration inside. Can you see that? Believe it or not, I cleaned this before the video. Okay, so can you see where I kind of have my coffee up to? The thing is, with the things that I dislike, I reckon I could have got away with it, apart from the discoloration. I just think it ruins it a little bit. The black mugs you might not be able to see, but in the white ones. And also what I don't like is this chipping. See this chipping around here and all in there as well, and all around the edges. Really don't like that. See that down there? All that down there, that's terrible, isn't it? However, I think that's my fault. I use a metal spoon to stir it and tap it on the side there, you know, tap it on the side, and you can see where I've been tapping it. So if you get one of these, I think you just don't use a metal spoon. Use a rubber spoon or a wooden spoon, and I reckon you can get away with not having any of that. I think you'll still get the discoloration. Don't think there's any way around that. But I just think to get rid of that, which is really annoying, I just think I should have used a wooden spoon or a rubber spoon. So that's what you need to be doing. Okay, so that was my look at this then, the Ember Mug 2. A lot to like about this. I really like the size of it. I really like the app that works for me flawlessly. I like the idea of keeping my drinks hot, which it does fantastically. Just a couple of things I don't like, and I reckon you can get around. The markings inside, I reckon just use a wooden spoon or a rubber spoon. I reckon you can get away with that. But the discoloration inside is a bit of a pain. There's some discoloring on the bottom there. There's a bit of a pain. It's a bit superficial, really. And also the price as well. It is £120, which is quite a lot. Having said that, I would get another one. Okay, let me know. Let me know your thoughts then if you've got an Ember one. The reason I did this video was because a lot of people saying they hate it, they don't like it, and which is I appreciate that. A lot of people do. I just think it's only fair that I come along and say the experiences I've had of using it nearly 800 times on the trot over the past few months, over the past 9 months. Okay, so let me know. Have you got yourself an Ember mug? Are you thinking about getting one? Do let me know. Do like and subscribe to the next video. Bye-bye.